Cardi B just walked out of court with yet another win, but not before chaos erupted on the courthouse steps. From blackmail claims, to marker-throwing meltdowns, to a jury that didn't buy a single word of the accusations, Cardi has once again proven she might be untouchable. But the real question is, how long can she keep dodging these bullets before one finally hits? The moment the jury returned its decision, the courtroom shifted. Cardi B was officially found not guilty of all claims made against her by her former security guard, Amanni. The accusations were serious. Amanni claimed that Cardi spat on her, insulted her, and even crossed physical boundaries. If the jury had believed her, this case could have cost Cardi millions in damages and crushed her reputation. But here's what actually happened. The jurors didn't buy it. They felt the story didn't add up. Cardi's lawyers painted Amanni's case as exaggerated and opportunistic, pointing out inconsistencies and reminding everyone that Cardi had no real reason to lash out in the way Amanni described. In the end, it wasn't even close. The verdict cleared Cardi completely. For fans, it was another Teflon Don moment. No matter what gets thrown her way, nothing seems to stick. And yet, this one only set the stage for an even bigger storm brewing outside the courtroom. If the verdict felt like a victory, the scene outside the courthouse looked like a war zone. Cardi B stormed down the courthouse steps, her security team pushing back reporters and hecklers. Cameras caught her mid-explosion, snapping at people, throwing sharp words into the air, and at one point, even launching a marker toward someone in the crowd. That moment instantly went viral. Clips of Cardi screaming and tossing that marker spread across Twitter and TikTok within minutes. Her critics used it as proof she's reckless, while her fans defended it as pure Bronx energy. But inside the courtroom, Amanni's lawyer tried to spin it as evidence that Cardi really was aggressive and violent. The problem? The judge wasn't buying it. He shut down the attempt before it could even get traction, reminding everyone that what happened outside the courthouse wasn't part of the case. Still, for people watching from the sidelines, it raised an uncomfortable question. Why does Cardi keep letting herself get dragged into these public explosions? Now let's be real. Cardi didn't just walk away from this case because the universe loves her. She's got two secret weapons: charm and lawyers. First, the jury sees Cardi the same way most of the public does. Funny, raw, likable, and charismatic. Even when she's fiery, she manages to come off real instead of malicious. That's powerful in front of 12 strangers deciding your fate. Second, every time someone goes up against her, their legal team looks like amateurs. Cardi's lawyers run circles around them. Amanni's lawyer? He literally asked the judge to punish Cardi for something he didn't even witness. The judge was practically laughing at him. So when you add it all up, Cardi's star power, her natural charisma, and her legal team's skill, she's walking out of court smiling while her opponents walk out looking defeated. But here's where things get messy. Right before the verdict, Cardi literally lost her cool outside the courthouse. Cameras caught her throwing a pen, yes, a pen, at someone in the crowd who was heckling her with nasty questions about Offset and paternity. Now, on one hand, people were quick to defend her. That guy was being disrespectful, trying to get under her skin for clout. But on the other hand, let's be honest, this is still a celebrity on trial, throwing objects on courthouse steps, in full view of the press. That's the kind of headline that can flip public opinion in seconds. Some fans laughed it off as classic Cardi. Others said, "Girl, you've got money, kids, fame. Why risk it all to clap back at random trolls?" That split is important, because while the jury didn't hold it against her, the court of public opinion can be way harsher. So after the pen incident, Amanni's lawyer tried to spin it into proof that Cardi was violent and unhinged. He literally stood in court and asked the judge to admonish her for throwing something at a reporter outside the building. But here's the kicker. The judge couldn't stop smirking. He basically told the lawyer, that's not how court works. If the judge didn't witness it firsthand, he can't make a ruling on it. That's basic courtroom procedure, and any decent lawyer should have known that. Instead, the whole thing backfired. Cardi's team looked polished and confident, while Amanni's side came across as desperate, even a little clueless. The jury saw it, the judge saw it, and at that point, Cardi's win was practically sealed. After the verdict, Cardi didn't just walk away quietly. She sent a message. Standing outside the courthouse, she thanked the jury, the judge, and even her supporters online. But then she dropped a warning. The next person who files a frivolous lawsuit against her is getting countersued. That was big, because if you think about it, a lot of celebrities just pay settlements to make things go away. Cardi's saying not me. She's done wasting time and money on people who see her as a quick payday. And the way she said it, emotional but firm, it was like she was drawing a line in the sand. She's not backing down anymore. If you come for her, she's coming right back with lawyers and paperwork. After the chaos, social media exploded. Fans were divided. Some called Cardi untouchable and praised her for standing up for herself, while others questioned why she keeps letting small provocations turn into public spectacles. It raises a bigger question. Cardi has fame, money, 3 beautiful kids, and a massive platform. When does it click that not everyone deserves a reaction? Every marker thrown or outburst might make for viral content, but it also risks her reputation, her brand, and even her focus on music and family. Yet, despite all that, Cardi continues to flip the script. She's showing that her energy and charisma aren't just for the stage, they're her shield. Every legal win, every viral moment, reinforces that she's in control of her narrative, even if the world thinks she's messy. Even as the court drama unfolded, Cardi's life kept moving at full speed. She's in the middle of her album rollout, juggling late nights, early mornings, and the pressure of keeping her image intact while producing new music. Add 3 kids to that equation, and you can see why tensions flare. Her schedule is relentless. Yet through it all, Cardi keeps her focus. Courtrooms, hecklers, and rumors aren't slowing her down. If anything, they fuel her. She's proving that she can handle public scrutiny, legal battles, and personal responsibilities all at once. But it's also a reminder that this lifestyle comes at a cost. Stress, public judgment, and constant attention are part of the package, and Cardi has to navigate all of it carefully to avoid burnout. In the end, Cardi B's story isn't just about courtroom victories. It's about resilience, strategy, and controlling your narrative, even when the world seems determined to push your buttons. In the end, Cardi B's story isn't just about courtroom victories. It's about resilience, strategy, and controlling your narrative, even when the world seems determined to